We have some really good news.
Our shipment arrived.
Yes, so our shipment has arrived with all of our tools and all of our bedding and clothes and shoes and everything.
All of our belongings. It took about June, July, August, 3 months for it to arrive. But yeah, it showed up.
Oh, we launched it. We set it off to sea in May.
Yeah, end of May.
Okay. Anyways,
June, July, August. September now.
Anyways, about 4 months, which isn't too bad.
No.
So yeah, about 4 months, and now all our stuff is here, which is really exciting. So in this video, we want to talk a little bit about what we've been doing in the last couple of weeks and kind of some future plans, because the last 2 videos we were ripping the bathroom out, which you saw, and now we're at a point where we have to make some decisions about what we're going to do next.
Because we can't live with a ripped out ceiling, really.
Yeah, so one of the things that I'm excited about with the shipment is, I kept talking about it in the previous videos, is that some of my tools have arrived. I did buy a lot of tools, hand tools, and so a lot of that has arrived, like levelers and things like that, which will help me when I start constructing all this stuff, when we start constructing all of this stuff. So I'm really excited about that. I also bought a couple of tools from Amazon, and they were delivered. So we can move forward with that.
Yes, and they were here super fast.
Yeah.
So now we can roll up our sleeves again and get started.
But we've also been doing some other stuff. As a matter of fact, you've been doing quite a bit of stuff.
Yes, I've been working a lot on the garden. I think in one of the previous videos I mentioned that I'm mostly excited about all the land that we have and the garden beds. So what I started to do is to clean out the garden beds here on the patio. I've been ripping out a lot of the plants that were growing here, or at least try to rip out, because the roots are really in it, like they're hard to get out. And then we also started to compost in here. What we're doing is, like, we have a box and we collect our compost in there, and then we bury it right here behind us, water it, and then to revitalize the soil. Mm-hmm. And with the shipment that we mentioned earlier, also my bokashi bin came, which is another way of composting, so I can start that also, which is actually pretty good for autumn and winter when the weather is colder and it's harder to compost outside.
Yeah, so also our beets are coming along nicely, and your cucumbers, they're getting quite large.
Yeah.
So hopefully before winter sets in, we can have a small harvest of things that we've actually grown, because we've been eating from the land, but it was stuff that was grown previously. So we're pretty excited about that, because it shows some promise. Mm-hmm. My basil's doing well. You know, your raspberry plant is
still alive.
Still alive. It's doing okay. It's got some new shoots, and
Yeah, so that's really exciting. And also what was really exciting, or what got me really excited, is that we got a big bag of harvest from our friends who have also a yard, a big piece of land with a yard where they grow their own food. And yeah, it was the middle of the harvest season, so they had a lot of stuff for us, which is really exciting.
Yeah, we went over there to have some coffee, and then we didn't even expect anything, and they're just like, let's go to the garden. We're like, okay. And then they just started picking all kinds of stuff, and they gave us a massive basket, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. And we made some nice meals with that too. So it's a completely different life here, and it's a lot of fun. We're really enjoying it. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. We've also started, like I said, planning the bathroom. But we're kind of at a crossroads, because there's 2 ways that I can go, and I don't know which way to go, essentially. That's why it's a crossroad, and why I'm stuck. So one way is to redo the roof with wood the way it currently is done. We take out all the old beams, because I've looked up there, and they're all rotten, and they weren't even done correctly. So there was 2 roofs. One roof was for the first part of the bathroom, and then they added a second bathroom on, so they just weirdly extended the roof that was already there, and they did it. I mean, it worked, but it's not correct.
No.
Like, they didn't redo the roof.
No, there's all kinds of issues with that roof, so yeah, we would have to redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
Take it all out.
So since we're redoing the whole thing, the 2 options are wood or steel, like metal. And I'm kind of leaning towards metal, because I feel it'll last longer. But at the same time, we want the exposed beams in the wood look, because that looks better. You don't want just metal. We aren't going for an industrial look. We're going for like a wooden farmhouse nice look. And so I'm kind of stuck at the crossroads of, do I just do it with wood and get it properly treated and properly build it? Wood is easier to work with. essentially, because you don't have to do any welding, but it could have issues in the long run. So if we're thinking 20 years out, we might have to do it again. As for steel, as long as it's like not rusting, it'll last forever, essentially. I mean, it'll last like a long time. So that's kind of where we're at. I haven't decided on that. Both are easy enough to get. I think wood would be a little cheaper and a little bit easier to work with, but steel, if done right, will last longer. So that's the decision.
Toss-up.
That's a toss-up.
Although, like, wood can last a long time, too. I mean, we see it in our attic here. Those wooden beams have lasted for a very long time.
Now they need to replace them. So.
They need some work.
One step at a time, Yvonne.
We also worked on is the water tanks. I mean, the weather is changing. Fall is soon here. We're in September already.
Yeah.
So we started to look at one of the water tanks that is currently empty and not holding any water. We wanted to see whether it is actually just a small problem or if it has a big leak. So we looked at that.
Yeah, we replaced the faucet piece so that now we could open and close it.
Yeah, we cleaned out the entire tank. There was a lot of sand and stuff in there that we moved out.
Yeah, and so then we filled it up with some water and it all leaked out. So
not super fast though. It took 2 or 3 days before that all leaked out.
Yeah.
So now we have to get some sealant and first find the leak and then fix it.
I'm thinking I'll just do like a rubber sealant for the whole thing, just paint it. Can do that for tanks and for pools and things like that. So I'll probably just do that, buy some of that online and then paint it. We also looked at the gutters because the gutters are what drain into the water tank because we're trying to collect the rainwater. Those will need to be replaced. We fiddled around with it, but we didn't really get anything done. But, we're doing these little projects, especially because our tools hadn't arrived yet. That was still before our tools arrived. And so there was little things that we were fiddling around with, just trying to see what we could do. And so, that's a project that we're going to work on because we want to collect rainwater throughout, I guess, winter if it rains and early spring so that when summer hits next summer, we actually have the water to water the land
because in spring we definitely
because you have some big plants.
Yes, big plants to grow some plants. I bought some more seeds for winter crops that I can grow. I wanted to buy some more seedlings and then start actually a little raised bed in the backyard just to get it going and see how that goes.
And since we're also talking about the weather changing, the last project, what I'm going to start doing probably this coming week, other than bigger projects like the bathroom, but I need to go around and weatherproof the house, so to say, because we have had some critters coming in. We had a spider about the size of my hand in our bed, like 2 nights ago, and we didn't see it, but luckily one of our cats saw it and was like messing with something, and Vaughn's like, "What are you messing with?" He looked over and there's a spider, and she screamed back.
Like, "Whoa!"
You luckily aren't too scared of spiders.
No, I mean, it happened twice now that we found a spider inside. The first one was
a little bit smaller.
Yeah,
actually, I've had like 4 or 5 inside.
So, I've seen like 2 so far. I discovered 2. The first one wasn't too big, and you don't like them.
No, I
hate
spiders. I hate spiders.
That was pretty new information to me, actually.
Yeah, because we didn't have to deal with it before, so you know.
Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to take it out the house and throw it into the yard basically, because spiders are good. So that one, I was able to
get a piece of paper under it.
Under like a little jar and like throw it outside. But the second one was even a little bit too big for me.
That one was massive.
Yeah, so we have to do some winter critter proofing.
Yeah, so
also we don't only have spiders, we also have
a cat that keeps getting in. Apparently. Not ours.
No, it's just some kind of
it's an outdoor cat that keeps getting in. I saw it once in the first week we were here, and then we closed up all the doors in the house because they were just kind of open and it could roam. And I was like, let's close all the doors because it's getting in from somewhere. But apparently it's still getting in because I woke up this morning and I went into my like little office area that I have set up, and in front of the door there was cat throw up. And we know what that is because we have 2 cats and they throw up regularly. So I was like, what is this? And then so I'm guessing a cat's still getting inside. So we need to go around the house, and we have some cardboard from the shipping that we can put on areas and tape it. We also have like door and window sealants, like the strips that you put around the windows, because I bought those also because I knew we had 100 million windows in this house indoors, and they were all leaky. and not airtight. So we're going to go around and start doing that so we can keep the spiders from coming in, and we can keep the cat hopefully from coming in.
And the crickets and
everything else that's coming in.
And then, speaking about like leaks and, well, with leaks, water, my mind thinks about another project that we're working on, which is part of a bigger project, cat proofing. This area here, we're going to put drainage along the edges. There are little hoses already for rainwater to go out, but as we were saying earlier, we want to collect as much rainwater as possible. So we want to put drainage pipes outside of the bed so we can collect that rainwater too, and then put fences up so the cats can't get too close to the edges.
Yeah, so we're going to put a fence up, and then we already bought the piping and the stuff for the drainage so it doesn't just drain out into the road and we lose it, because this is a pretty big patio, so when it rains it'll collect a lot of water, and this roof, which is the bathroom roof, comes right onto the patio, and there's no gutter, so it just will collect quite a lot of water, I think, to be honest.
I think so too.
And so we're going to take our big tote that we have in the back, the IBC tote, and try and drag it around to this side, and then have that water go directly into the tote so we can collect that in the coming months.
And
if we get a lot of rainwater, we'll buy another tote or figure out another solution to collect it, because we're obviously needing water when we start growing things. But that's kind of been the last couple of weeks, the last 2 or 3 weeks that we've been on the farm and doing this kind of stuff. We're really excited. Obviously, we've been busy, but we're excited. We're still moving forward. The bathroom, taking the roof out, was kind of a lot of work, and that kind of drained us. But we're still
That was a big project that we did, and now we're like starting some smaller projects. And now we have our tools and our shipment. We can really start focusing on that bathroom.
Yeah, and all the other little projects we just talked about. So if you guys are liking this type of content, and if you're enjoying what we've been doing, give it a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video. Right?
Yeah. I was going to say, let us know what you would get, a steel roof or a wooden roof.
Yeah. Leave a comment below and let us know, and we will see you in the next video.